What's good, YouTube? Today we have a special treat, which is some tournament gameplay. It's been a while since we had any kind of major event, but there was a small tournament in what is it called, the Stardust series Discord, or Stardust community Discord. I'll put a link in the description. They're like starting up an alternative sort of set of tournaments that you can play in over there, just in case you wanted something outside of Format Library or Keegan's Ribbits or EdisonFormat.com, I guess. I think it's kind of like a continuation of the HRC tournaments, which I've featured some top 8 deck lists from those on the channel one time at least. So that was something that happened like last weekend, and I have some gameplay from it from some of my friends who happened to enter that event that I thought was pretty cool. So I decided to show off some of those replays. Starting off here with Freya. I think we have a couple games from Freya. A couple games from a few different people, actually. Freya, of course, very dedicated, very high skill quick draw player, one of the best out there at that deck, one of the only results for that deck in a while, I think. So she's going up against Ronok. We all know who Ronok is, absolute titan of the frog deck, the definitive frog goat, pretty much. So looks like he's playing some kind of hero frog variant, but on malicious and maybe more discard traps, I'm assuming. So Freya's going straight in for the Iron Chain Dragon here, going to attack, mill some cards. Ronok, she opts to set the Typhoon, which kind of makes sense because if they have removal, you want to get them to use it on the Typhoon since it's not tremendously useful in this matchup. And it's pretty much not worth much at all if you don't set it, because a lot of the frog trap cards are chainable, so you just want to end phase snipe them. Ronok goes E-Call into Stratos, attacks. This is going to be a nice Mirror Force, take out all of that. Only downside is we still can't use this Brain Kais, but we find Dandelion, which is nice. We activate the Dust Shoot in standby phase, because at this point it would be pretty bad if they had Kais, and they do. So we rip it, which is pretty nice, because now we can go get Dandy tokens and end phase Typhoon, pick off that back row. Now we're free to Kais this Treeborn Frog, which I think was the correct play since there's already a Stratos in the graveyard, meaning that there's no way to get them off Miracle Fusion, basically. Here we have Brain Control, hit over the token, Cyber Valley, draw 2. That's pretty good for Ronok, set Mirror Force as well. In this situation, I'm not sure why Freya didn't just set Hamster, because it's like there's no Treeborn set up. I guess maybe just playing around Raigeki Break. I could kind of see that, but I don't know. When you have like that free turn of tempo against frogs, it's tempting to go for the Hamster set. As it is, we're going to swing into a Mirror Force, which is not great. We go set Bottomless. Ronok just going to set that Dupe Frog. Now we set the Hamster, and see, now at this point, the Hamster's going to eat that Caius. We don't Bottomless because we want to Brain Tribute, maybe, but we draw into Dandelion, which is just the perfect top deck. Now with Brain Control, we can go straight in for game, and so long as there's no Battle Fader, we have it. And as it happens, there is no Battle Fader, which means we do have it. Ronok goes first here. He's actually just going to leave his swap there. That's crazy. That's a bold move. Because if there was like a Sangan or a Card Trooper or something, that would be super punished. But as it happens, the opening hand just contains Raikos, so it doesn't really get punished. Freya is... she like always plays Raigeki Break in these quick draw decks, and I just don't like that. I really dislike discard traps together with quick draw, because if you happen to draw them with a drill play, it's just like so bad. Like, I guess you just have to discard it for a drill effect or something, because there's no way you're discarding a card for quick draw and then discarding another card for drill and then having something else that feels good to discard at that point. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Miracle Fusion's going to let Ronok get over this. Why does Iron Chain keep getting summoned? Freya can't seem to find a Dandelion. She just like mills and just has the Raikos. We have a standby phase Raigeki Break, just takes out the dead pot of Avarice, and we're dead at this point, right? That's a lot of damage. What was that? That was like 55 or something? Yeah, it was way too much. However, game 3, we open up Storm, Dust Shoot, Lone Fire. Must be nice, Freya. Must be nice to just like open up the James Arc special. Really, really good. So we got Storm forces the Judgment. Okay, Typhoon out. So we outed a lot of it, but still we have to eat that Trap Dust Shoot. So we go attack with Kaiku into the set. Now we go Foolish, set, Mirror. I mean, it's pretty hard to see how Freya loses this. She's so far ahead. The Rise of Resolving is good. Mirror Force just outs it, though. Treeborn comes back. Now we summon Vanity's Fiend, probably, and this is looking like it's going to be Freya's game. Ronok's going to have to out this eventually, but now there's just a quick draw Dandy afterwards, and then it's like, after you out this, how the hell do you out Drill Warrior at that point? We can go full sub combo, but Ronok opts to end on double swap rather than making double dupe, which is good because this drill warrior would just like not care about the double dupe, right? It would just poke directly over and over again. We're gonna go for turbo warrior as it stands. I don't know about this. Why not just get drill? I guess the argument is that drill loses to top deck Vanity's Fiend, whereas turbo warrior doesn't necessarily lose to top deck anything. I mean, miracle fusion though. It definitely loses to that. I don't know. I think there's like it's pretty 50-50 whether you make. I mean, you probably win. You just probably win from this position anyway. But and that is what happens. He just draws a Phoenix Wing. So Freya gonna take the dub there. Next match here we have. I just had to get one game with this Flamel-sworn deck, and this was the only one I could find. So DK entered this tournament with a crazy Flamel-sworn list. I thought it was super cool. I don't know if it's good. It's like very high rolly, obviously. It's Flamel-sworn. But speaking of high rolly, we see some absolute insane sack nonsense occur in these games. Starting here with Lumina Garoth charge recharge into mill 2 Lightsworns plus a wolf off the Garoth. So we draw 2 and special. He's just got 9 cards. He just went +3 on that turn for no reason at all. Like zero way to interact with it. Zero. Okay, now he's +4 because we've Typhooned Legacy of Yada, but really he's +4 because we drew Typhoon at all in this matchup. We hit into the Lumina. Okay, we got over the Lumina, but yeah, it's game over. All right, next game. That was crazy. There was absolutely nothing that could be done there. This game a little bit different though. They don't go wombo combo. We have an Angel. We're going first. Okay. Opponent drops scores. Opponent drops scores, we just set Raikou. I think set Raikou is pretty reasonable. Plays the best into Dog, specifically. And also, they go RDA here because they think it's a Recruiter, but it's just the one Raikou, and now the one Raikou can take something out. Whereas if it was a Stardust there, it would have been actually a little bit more problematic. So we're going to... They forgot to mill for Raikou. What an absolute Chet moment. Everyone, hashtag Mothman Chet in the chat. What is he doing here? And then Tragodia comes down. We hit over whatever's left. We have Storm. You kept Storm in versus this? Bro, take out your spell trap removal, please. All right, we go for Crow, or we go for Plague, but we have the Crow. Very skillful, very nice. Unfortunately, this does mean it's this awkward situation where you Crow with Tragodia in your hand, and then it's so small that it gets run over. Why didn't we just drop Gores? I guess they would just make Colossal. So we want to hold the Gores until they get baited into going Stardust for no reason. Because, like, why? Why exactly are you going Stardust here? You don't have any backward set behind it. What are you playing around with Stardust? Caius? Nope. Christia? Nope. There's just, like, nothing. Another Raikou, I guess. That's the one thing, but this deck only plays one. Definitely not playing around Honest. Well, we just hit in, and now we drop Gores. All right. Gores is going to come down. We got the token. We got Honest backing up both our light monsters. Pretty much impossible to lose from here. We also have a Solemn Judgment. So this game is looking pretty over in favor of the Fairy deck. We're going to set that Judgment. We should probably just Judgment this card destruction, but no, we let it go. Okay. Well, it would be awkward then if they drew, like, a way to out our back row plus... Actually, I don't know. Is there anything they can win with at this point? Like Rekindling and then another Rekindling maybe is... yeah, it would just have to be that ridiculous. Here we get back DD Crow. All right, they go mill 3. Yeah, we summon Kai's, we win. Game 3. Game 3. Let's see what happens in Game 3. Opponent opens Charge again. They open Charge into Lumina Garoth Plague. Wait, did they mill 2 wolves? They milled 2 wolves off the Charge. Oh no! How did that happen? They also have Dust Shoot. Just like imagine your opponent goes Charge, mill, double wolf, and then flip Dust Shoots against you. How would you feel if this happened? How would you feel if this happened to you? It's just like, okay, we still have a play. We still have a play, Copium. We can ram, get Christia, and then so long as they don't have Celestia, we're fine. And they don't have it right now. Surely they won't just top deck. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, all right, whatever. Next match. This is Oxymore playing Hero Frogs versus Immortal Bushi. I thought this deck was super cool. I had to look at it. They're playing like some crazy stuff. They got Chaos Endmaster to search golden homunculus or something is like absolutely nuts. So we're going to hopefully see some of that in action. We got Storm, eats a judgment. Okay, brain control, pretty good. Hit him with Jane. Already just a fantastic start for Oxy here, actually. We do full sub meme. We actually go for the greedy play, which means that DD Warrior Lady could out this. Are we going to? We're going to summon Chaos Endmaster Brain Control. Okay, that's pretty good because we can just run this over, get the golden homunculus from our deck, which is just at 15 right now. And then we main phase 2 Synchro for Catastor. We set Skill Successor, crazy card. Is this card even good? This card might be like kind of underrated, I think. I'd have to think about it more, but we go for Uni attack, and I think this is just lethal. Yeah, the Ab-Zero over this is just lethal, so unfortunately we're going to have to go to game number 2. We got to see the homunculus hit the field that game, I guess, but we were kind of just getting owned by Hero Frog stuff. Probably not a great matchup, and we're on the Fiend Comedian. I don't understand that tech in here. Yeah, we're just going to go for the standard Hero Frog opening. We summon Amazoness Chainmaster. This card's crazy, because, like, there's another replay in this tournament later on where a dude is playing Amazoness Chainmaster. I shit you not. There's two people at this, like, 28-person event. Imagine. We just, like, showed up with Amazoness Chainmaster in their deck. So what this card does is when it dies by battle, you can pay 15, look at the opponent's hand, and then add one monster from their hand to your hand. So it is a plus, I think, right? Because you lose this, and then they lose a card, but then also you gain a card. I think that's a plus. But 1,500 is steep. That's a lot of life points, especially considering it's minus tempo, too. So, I don't know, the card's probably a meme, but it's pretty cool. Here we go for Caius. Get rid of the Solidarity, run this over, and yeah, this is it's kind of a problematic matchup for Bushi, right? Because you can't keep anything in play. Like, everything just gets monarched. Your Solidarity gets monarched. Your Bushi gets monarched. Here we just go for Junk hit over. Okay, bounce the Junk. Why not? We add back Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade. Some of these Phoenix Blade shenanigans definitely got cool, because now we search Homunculus from the deck, and it's just really big. It just gains, like what does it gain? 500 for each? 300 for each? It gains 300 for each, so it's just 27. So this is just a big boy. Do we Synchro? No, we don't. Why not? Why not, actually? Like, we go from... This is just one threat, as opposed to having two threats. You know, but for some reason, Oxy goes Brionac, pitches 2, and then it just eats up Bottomless. I guess it's fine, because he's just got Miracle Fusion anyway. We have T-Roar, Brain Control, nice top deck, but you're going to eat a T-Roar here. We contribute for Homunculus, which will then pop the field. Okay, but we can add back Phoenix Blade, and we got the, we have the Bushi coming back. For some bizarre reason, they decide to set the Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. And that is definitely going to cost us bigly. Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently we're just doing sub things. All right. It didn't cost us, but why did we summon Aaron? Shouldn't we just freaking Exiled Force kill one? I don't know. We go for Stratos. Are we going to Mirror Force the Stratos? That is the question. I think we probably have to, just to preserve the Aaron. We go summon Exile, get rid of one of these, add back Swap Rog, okay. Activate Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade. Actually equipping it on the Aaron. Aaron spins the dupe back to deck, end phase mill 3. Now we're going for Caius. That's going to clear the Bushi, and I don't know if we have another one of those. We do have another one. Okay, that's pretty good then. What do? We bring back Bushi, add back Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, and then I think the Skill Successor in the graveyard actually comes up at this point, because we banish it to make this Bushi hit lethal. Very funny, very funny. All right, so Bushi actually gets to see a game 3 of this matchup. Pretty crazy. We go set mirror. I guess we're greeting the sub. We want the full. Yeah, okay. Understandable. Especially in this matchup, which does not have a lot of great ways of dealing with this. But they do have one great way of dealing with it called Brain Control. However, they're not even going to bother using it. They're just going to Exiled over because they have this Solidarity, which is strong. However, it's going to be picked off by the Uni again. It's just like, how do you keep Solidarity on the board again in this matchup? How do you actually do it? Now we go Brain Control. We're going to get to see the boy, Homunculus, come out again. Let's go. Let's go. Here he comes. Here he comes. He hit the board. He's just 15 right now, though, sadly. Maybe that can change if we somehow get some kind of Divine Sword Phoenix Blade going. But for now, we just have a Colossal Fighter. It gets Econs. And then we go Miracle. And then brain. Oh, that's just game. That's just game. Oxymore is using the homunculus now, and it goes up to 24, and that's just lethal. Wow. Golden homunculus, real star of the show. This video actually very cool card. All right. This next match up is actually Freya versus Mothman. So two people we've already featured, but this was a super cool match. Fairies versus Quick Draw. Fairies versus Quick Draw is probably my favorite matchup in the entire format. Like, the games are like long as shit, but they're not boring. They're like super engaging and back and forth and interactive and stuff. And I just love that about this matchup. I think it is slightly Quick Draw favored. I think Quick Draw is one of the decks that probably gives Fairy a harder time than most other decks. However, it could really go either way. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Obviously, Chaos Fairy a little different than traditional Fairy as well, although not in ways that you would think would make it better against Quick Draw. It's probably just like similar-ish in terms of them having a billion ways to pick off your recruiters and stuff. It's like the same dynamic. So I think the Quick Draw should be favored, but obviously, if Fairies, it always comes down to if Fairies can stick Christia in this matchup, essentially, which right now Mothman has succeeded in doing. There's a Christia on the board. It's going to get killed by a Raikou, though, so Freya does have the out. She also has potentially another Avarice play at some point, although not live right now, but a lot of gas at the moment. Could go into some kind of debris play, into Avarice. Of course, the Titanial's in the hand, because, you know, that's just how it goes. We're going to pass turn here. Now we have debris into Quick Draw. That is very scary. That is very scary. A potential Drill Warrior with Avarice. Ooh, this is rough. This is rough for Mothman. However, if he gets this Christie alive again, it will be an issue. It will definitely be an issue, so Freya's got to be wary of that. She draws Caius Debris. That is so good. That is so good. Resolving double Avarice into drawing Caius Debris with the Drill Warrior going. Actually, how does Mothman beat this? Okay, the plan is to resummon Christia, which is good. We go for DD Warrior Lady. We swing in, we out the Stardust. Okay, we out the token. Main phase 2, we drop Christia, and I think this was a big mistake. Should have added back Christia instead of adding back Orange Light here, because now when this gets bottomless, you just don't have access to Christia anymore. We set the return, which would have just won us the game if it didn't get Typhooned, unfortunate. But yeah, Drill comes back. At least we cleared the Stardust, and we have defense, so we're not going to die. Freya just hits in for 12. And then does the Dandelion pass. So, let's see, what can we do here? We're going to make a Stardust as well in defense mode to prevent any ramming. We draw into a Battle Fader. I don't know if we should have done this Cyber Valley thing here. It's like whatever. What are you going to draw into? I guess he just really wanted to draw Fairy so that this Orange Light would be live to stop the drill, but it's just like, man, shouldn't have added back the Orange Light, actually, because we would have just had that other Christia, and it's just like a win con rather than an Orange Light that wasn't even live. So we bring down Fader, and we just scoop. We could have maybe lasted another time. I mean, we were probably losing from there. Like, Titanial Stardust with, like, all of our Christias are gone, a lot of our returns gone. It's like, what are we even going to draw that's going to win us the game at that point? So here, we're going to send Treeborn. Freya kind of drew all her spell trap removal here, which isn't great in this matchup. It's not terrible either, I guess. Mothman does have some spell traps in his hand. Unfortunately, going to eat a Caius here. Once again, not having the other Fairy to go with Orange Light. A little unfortunate, but the Cyber Dragon to go with Orange Light isn't bad, and we're going to see my boy Ancient Sacred Wyvern hit the field. I love this card. You thought he was going to make Black Rose. No, no, no. We make Ancient Sacred Wyvern. It's a 3,800 attack monster. All right, we have Heavy Storm. Not going for Brain Control because it doesn't do anything. Right, understandable. I guess it would put Mothman super low, and then the Ancient Sacred Wyvern would go to 0. But as it stands, the Ancient Sacred Wyvern just eats a D-Prison. So we kind of just stormed there so that we could check for Decree, so we could set a D-Prison out the Ancient Sacred Wyvern. At this point, Mothman decides to flip Return. You could have used the Crow and then flipped Return after dropping Sork. That may have been better. You could have, yeah, use Crow and then banish your Orange Light, and then you got like a Synchro play, you know? on top of like a Kai. Yeah, you don't even need to summon Caius either. You could just normal summon your Cyber Valley, draw 2, convert that way. But instead we have to summon Caius here. So maybe a little bit of a suboptimal use of return there. It's still return. It's still going to do return things. Obviously, this thing is at 0. And we're just going to end on Caius. However, this would have been a real problem if Freya had drawn an actual monster, because we would have just died. So maybe should have done it the other way, but not going to matter at this point. We bring down the Sork, and it's looking bad for Freya. She just got 2 bricked Avarices, sets 1 for the intimidation factor. We hit over Sangan. Okay, Search Hamster, that's not bad. We draw into D-Prison as well. Unfortunately, the Avarice with exactly 5 is going to eat a DD Crow, so Freya's just going to have to set 2 pass. We draw into, wow, we allure and just find 2 perfect answers to the set monster. So we're going to yoink with the Mind Con, flip it up, get a Raikou from our deck. Could have potentially been completely owned by Torrential Tribute here. So maybe I guess that's the argument for using Knock, but it was not Torrential Tribute, so lucky us. And like to top it off, we have the Valley to convert off. I mean, that was a value Mind Con for sure. We end phase Typhoon. We don't hit the real trap, but it doesn't really matter because Bottomless Trap Hole is not a real trap. In fact, Bottomless Trap Hole should pretty much be sided out against fairies, so a little bit of a mistake there by Freya, I think, as well. That card, I mean, it's only good against Christia. Right? It's only good if you have it preset when they're dropping Christia. It's a pretty specific scenario. So Mothman, just going to Storm so we can be sure we get that stupid Titanial out of the way. That card can cause problems, obviously, because this deck plays like the Chaos Monsters and the Caius, and also turns off Brain and Mind and stuff. So we hit into a Raikou, it snipes our back row. Okay, we set Typhoon. We're probably going to have some Trooper on Trooper violence. We're going to Typhoon first. I can't think of a single reason to just like shotgun the Typhoon like that, actually. Because if it's Dust Shoot, you get punished, and if it's anything else, there was just no reason. It was just like a torrential. Is he going to torrential your card Trooper? I guess maybe if you're worried about return, but there's only 1D Warrior Lady banished too, so I don't know. Anyway, Freya actually in a pretty good spot after resolving that Avarice, but Mothman's got the Cyber Dragon to get a nice little plus in return, outing the card Trooper for completely free as well, and a follow-up Dust Shoot, which completely bricks Freya's hand. She's going to have to go for this Debris play, but the Orange Light just stops it, so now we've got a Thunder King, which doesn't get over this. We've got a Vanity's Fiend, we got a Caius, which are just 2 Tribute monsters that we can't even summon. We set a Bottomless, okay, but we got to deal with this Fortress Dragon. We draw a Lone Fire, that's actually insanely good. Or rather, it would be if we didn't just get Caius. Fortunately, we have a Bottomless Trap Hole to answer that. However, we are in a little bit of danger here as Mothman if we can't out this Thunder King, and we don't have a great answer. So we got to worry about getting Caius potentially this turn. Looks like that is what's happening. We hit in. The Cyber Valley gets used. We draw Return. Okay, that's definitely very good. And looks like it might be getting used this next turn. Call the Haunted, going to bring back the Thunder King, but this is just a dead Dust Shoot, and we're about to just flip up our FTD and summon 5 monsters, aren't we? 4 monsters, we can't summon the Sork. Now we banish with this guy, and this should be super over at this point. We tribute another Caius, okay. We draw 2 cards, alright. We activate Mind Con, steal the Thunder King, attack for game. Alright. So RFTD, very good card. Mothman drew RFTD all 3 games, didn't he? What a madman. What a sacker. Alright, final match. We have Oxymore once again on Hero Frogs going up against some kind of Machina deck that's playing Amazoness Chainmaster. That's right. I said that she was in another build, and she is in this one. So this should definitely be interesting to see. We're going to have a bunch of searchers resolved, and now the Amazoness Chainmaster is going to be going off, so we get to look at the hand and steal a monster. We're going to steal the Neos Alias. Alright, that's not bad. We go set Heavy Storm. Not too good. We should probably just set the road with the Heavy, right? Is there any reason not to? I don't know. As it stands, we are kind of getting beat down, but we have a lot of gas. We can go summon Gear Frame, and now we can just bring out Double Fortress if we want, which it looks like we're going to do. We're going to swing over that Stratos and go in for a bunch. We should probably equip this Gear Frame, because if they make Ab-Zero, we can't Starlight Road in the damage step. But we actually don't. We just wait. Now, Miracle Fusion is going to be used. We go Sub, Tribute, Absolute, 0, and we go into Swap. So now Ab-Zero should go off. Wait, what? I'm confused. Why did... Why did he scoop? He could just road there, right? Can you chain block there? Shouldn't he get a chance to respond before you use the optional effective swap? I don't know. Maybe you can chain block that. I might be full of it. I actually don't understand chain blocking at all. And actually, that's not true. I've played Modern. I understand chain blocking. I think that they were correct in being able to chain block that. It just like took me a minute to process. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can chain block like that, and that it was not legal to use the Starlight Road there. I'm 95% sure Oxymore was correct. Anyway, Dinah's a problem. Dinah's a problem that we have to get rid of, or we are in danger. Fortunately, we have the get rid of it button. We summon Caius, kill it, okay, but we just have triple force in our... We unironically have triple force in our hand. That is so unfortunate. I'm really feeling bad for Oxy's opponent here, actually. Like, what the hell is even going on? Triple force, avarice. God, that's bad. Alright. Well, that is a somewhat rough anticlimactic end to all of the replays I have. A lot of this gameplay I thought was pretty cool. We had some neat matches, some interesting decks. We had that crazy match between Freya and Mothman. So overall fun tournament. Like I said, I'll put the Discord link in the description if you want to go check them out and maybe see about entering that if this sort of more low-key kind of event is your style of thing. But yeah, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments section, and I will see you next time. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.